Hello everyone. Today we will start a very interesting story on value education for class 6. The name of the story is The Red Moon, written by Pedro Pablo Sacristan. Let us enjoy the story. There was once a little grey planet that was very sad. The people living there had not looked after it, despite them having all the inventions and spaceships we could ever imagine. They had contaminated the whole countryside so much with rubbish and pollution that there were no plants or animals left. So, students, what is the meaning of contaminated or contamination? It means the action or state of making or being made impure by polluting or poisoning. Something that makes a place or a substance no longer suitable for use, such as water, air, or food, is called as contaminant or contamination. Is that clear? So, one day a little boy was walking on the planet when he passed a cave and noticed a small red flower inside. The flower was very sick. It was almost dying. So the boy carefully dug up the flower with roots, soil, and everything. Then he started looking for a place where he could look after it. He searched all over the planet, but it was so contaminated everywhere that there was no place where the flower could possibly live in. Then he looked up at the sky and noticed the moon. It seemed to the boy that the plant could survive there. So the little boy put on his astronaut suit and climbed into a spaceship. So, students, what is the meaning of astronaut suit? It means a spacesuit. It is a garment worn to keep a human alive in the harsh environment of outer space, vacuum, and temperature extremes. Spacesuits are often worn inside spacecraft as a safety precaution in case of loss of cabin pressure and are necessary for extravehicular activity work done outside spacecraft. So the little boy put the little red flower on his back and off they went to the moon, far away from all that pollution, and with the boy visiting it every day to tend it, the flower started to grow. The flower was so well cared for that it soon germinated, giving birth to others, and these other flowers spread onto, giving birth to more and more flowers. Before long, The whole moon was completely covered with flowers. That is why whenever the little boy's flowers open up for a few minutes, the moon takes on a soft red sheen, like a warning light. Maybe it is telling us that if we do not look after our planet, a day will come when flowers will only be able to grow on the moon. So, students, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is small initiatives can bring about a huge transformation in the long run. That means the little flowering plant was saved due to the sincere and tireless efforts of the selfless young boy. It talks about his good manners and his discipline in carrying out his duties. Clear? Likewise, it is the duty of every individual to protect our environment and conserve the natural resources. We should be grateful to nature for providing us with so much wealth. Thus, in order to enjoy nature's beauty, we need to show our personal interest, involvement, and commitment. Resources are important for the development of any country. For example, to generate energy, one needs fossil fuels, and for industrial development, we require mineral resources. Natural resources are getting scarce with the increasing population. So, it is essential to conserve them. As the population of the world is increasing at an alarming rate, the consumption of natural resources is also increasing. Hence, these resources should be conserved to maintain ecological balance and save them for future generations. The proper management of a resource to prevent its destruction or exploitation is called conservation. Nature provides us with all the essentials for our daily needs. Due to overpopulation and human negligence, we started to overexploit our resources. If this continues, there will no resources left for our future generation. That will surely bring destruction. So, by acting now to protect nature and prevent extinction, we can secure a better future for all. So, students, today we have learned some values from this story. What are those values? Respect for the environment. That means taking simple and responsible initiatives that would help in protecting the environment. It means to duly appreciate the culture, landscape, structure. Cultural environment is one of the environment integrant parts, a result of the natural environment successive transformation. under the pressure of demographic growth and of concentrating economic activities. Respecting environments also ensures that communities have adequate resources to meet their needs and many of their wants. Caring for environments around the world by keeping biodiversity high and ecosystems intact ensures that people can continue sharing materials through trade to support. Receiving respect from others is important because it helps us to feel safe and to express ourselves. Respect in our relationships builds feelings of trust, safety, and well being. Clear? Next value is taking initiatives. That means the ability to take the first step by one's own willingness and desire. When we show initiative, we do things without being told. We find out what we need to know. We keep going when things get tough, and we spot and take advantage of opportunities that others pass by. We act instead of reacting at work. Most of us have seen initiative in action. Initiative is the ability to be resourceful and work without always being told what to do. It requires resilience and determination. People who show initiative demonstrate they can think for themselves and take action when necessary. It means using our head and having the drive to achieve. According to the dictionary definition, initiative is the ability to assess and initiate things independently, the power or opportunity to act or take change before others do, an act or strategy intended to resolve a difficulty or improve a situation, a fresh approach to something. It can change our life completely. Next value is duty. That means taking responsibility. In this case, it is for the protection of nature and doing it takes from us as responsible individuals towards fostering the growth. A duty is a commitment or expectation to perform some action in general or if certain circumstances arise. A duty may arise from a system of ethics or morality, especially in an honor culture. Many duties are created by law, sometimes including a codified punishment or liability for non performance. Duty of care can be defined as an organization's responsibility to ensure all responsible steps have been taken to ensure that the waste is being transformed to another waste holder that will manage the waste correctly and safely. Rights are ethical principles of freedom. Duty is an obligation to respect the right of others and society. Rights and duties are reciprocal. A right is a demand, and duty is an expectation. An action constitute as right or wrong based on discharge of duty. Next value is discipline. That means following the rules and behaving well. Discipline is the practice of making people obey rules or standards of behavior and punishing them when they do not practice it. Order and discipline have been placed in the hands of headmasters and governing bodies. If someone is disciplined for something that they have done wrong, they are punished for it. The point of discipline is to change behavior, specifically to change ineffective or negative behavior into effective and positive behavior. The single most important attribute to become successful is self discipline. It helps us to focus on reaching goals, giving us the gumption to stick with difficult tasks, and allows you to overcome obstacles and discomfort as we push ourselves to new heights. It is very important to remember to enforce rules fairly and consistently across the classroom. The rules should be the same for everyone, and discipline should be followed by everyone. The truth is, self discipline is a learned skill, not an innate characteristic. It is clear that many people do not know how to increase their self discipline, but we should try to do it. Is that clear, students? So, today we have learned so many things from this chapter. So, now we are ending our lesson over here. Thank you.